Hey, Scott. Push
Hello,
them
everybody.
puppies out.
We're gonna play some D&D. I think possibly.
Hopefully.
Plan.
Joined by Carla from KalathraGames.
Hello.
Player two, Jesse. Jordan's upset because I didn't start with him.
It was
I
weird.
can tell.
It threw me off.
PlayerTwoInsertCoin, Jesse.
How's it
From
going?
PlayerTwoInsertCoin. Kyle from ChibiKy Plays and TrueFriendsGaming.
Yo.
And Jordan. Okay, let's move on.
I got to be the and on
Jordan
cinema. That's a great thing.
from TrueFriendsGaming as well.
Hey.
Should we have a recap as to what happened last week? Carla wasn't here last week.
We fought for 27 minutes. Then we fought other bad guys.
I can't really remember what happened. You
just fought amongst yourselves.
Yep.
you went to a
Alright.
town
Something like
that hadn't sent shipments of pork. Everybody likes their shipments of pork. So you went to a town to investigate. When you got there, you confronted the forces of the Crimson Lotus.
Yep. We learned absolutely nothing about them, but we killed 12 of them, and it was really cool.
We learned
then
they
you-
could use portals.
We learned that they can't fight with swords, but apparently they're all pretty good with bows. But with swords, they're like stormtroopers.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm.
You sure that was them and not just Scott?
No,
a
it
little
was
bit of
them.
both. It's a little bit.
I,
of both,
I
to be
talked
fair.
to one. He kind of tried to talk to a burnt, charred face. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little melty.
We tried.
I burned him.
You did try, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else happen? Can anyone remember
Uh,
anything else?
Did she meet Torb Hammerfist? Because that's kind of important.
No,
She
that
has
hasn't
not.
happened.
Yeah,
And
Kyle's a
actually,
lead character.
interestingly, as we left it, you guys went downstairs for breakfast, and you knocked on the door, and Sarya wasn't in her room or didn't answer.
Yeah, but that didn't bother us too
No.
much.
No, indeed.
I think you bothering her while she was sleeping did.
Yeah, she was quite upset about that.
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
True to life.
He
Would
just-
you
he
want to be
stood-
woken up by Cain?
He stood
in the
outside
middle of
your
the
bedroom
night
door
saying
just
thanks for-
listening for
Yes.
20 minutes.
I think of any of
Whose
the
campaign are we in again?
I
Sorry.
think of any of the characters in any of the campaigns that I think Cain would be the character I'd want to be woke up by, because I feel like he wouldn't care and would just leave. But I feel like so many of the others would just stay there and be awkward,
Yeah.
like Caesar from the last campaign.
Oh
He'd, like,
yeah.
interview you.
Okay.
Yeah, with his books.
Yeah.
So we pick it up from there then. So you guys go downstairs. You've met Jacinda the bar lady. She's brought out some breakfast for you. You sit down to eat. There's a few people in the bar, and at that moment the door swings open. 3 guards walk in, followed by Lieutenant Armando. A man is with him this time. A shorter man, stockier, stubble on his face, iron helmet on. The Council of Israel wear symbol on his chest. The guards wander around and tell everybody else that they've got to leave. As they do reluctantly, Armando walks over to your table, as does the other man with him. Armando says, "This is Captain Aaron Brightside, the captain of the City Watch." The captain nods and just sits down beside you in silence, taking off his helmet, putting it on the table as you guys eat breakfast.
What's he look like?
He's short and stocky. He's got deep brown eyes. He's got this scar down the side of his cheek, but it's coupled with mostly with stubble. He's middle-aged. He looks quite stern. He looks like he's been around for quite a while and knows how things work. You know, where Armando is a tall, skinny, perfectly pruned individual, this man is sort of he's seen it all, done it all, and he's just getting on with business. As he places his helmet down on the table, Armando takes a bag out of his pocket, puts it on the table. You hear coins inside. You assume it's your payment for services of the work you did.
Okay.
The captain, as he sits down, he looks around, watches the rest of the customers leave. As they do, a man walks in a robe. Youngish man walks over towards the back of the bar and sort of takes a place near some of the guards. You look around, you see that there's a couple of guards standing by the door, stopping anyone else from entering. Captain looks up. He's like, "Aston, thanks very much for going."
Oh, I tell him he could see it. Close your robe up. But okay.
Oh dear. The City Watch and the Council are grateful for your assistance. Well done for returning with the information you got. Truth be told, this is the largest number of Crimson Lotus we've ever heard of. Being able to wipe out a whole town in a day or two proves that they have the means. Armando says that they took the pigs. Is that right?
In a boat.
That is correct.
Yep.
Is that all? Did you notice anything else missing?
All of the people that were being burned.
They weren't missing. They were in a pile.
They were missing from their house. Oh, I need to be in character.
True.
No.
Goes on to say, Aston supplies 50% of the pork that the city uses. We sent a group of men to New Hampton. We'd also had a lack of supplies from them.
Aren't those the people that lived like right down the street from there?
No, this is
Oh.
this is to the north. The north.
Okay, see, I was thinking that's where the people were visiting from.
No. It says they provide the sheep and the some cattle to Israel, and the same thing. The guards were too late when they got there. There was no one there, but all of the livestock was gone, and a similar scene in the center of town. The only thing that the council can assume is that they're either after supplies for their own armies, trying to starve the city of supplies.
They're sieging you.
Probably a bit of both.
Did you?
Which is weird that they need to besiege you because they can in fact teleport.
Did you hear any names, any information? Did you capture anything else while you were there?
25, that'd have to be you, buddy.
Yep.
Yes, I saw a guy in a spooky cloak. He opened
Did
a
anybody
portal.
else write anything down while I wasn't here? No, what a surprise!
I wrote stuff down.
Yeah.
There was nothing to write down. We
There-
we
no,
didn't
there
hear
was,
him because I rolled amazing on trying to hear him, but I was too far away. Jesse
Yeah.
rolled amazing on sneaking up to him, and then rolled like an F-tard when it came time to hearing.
Yep.
That's true.
It's
He
like
did.
he basically walked up with his fingers in his ears, going la la
Yeah.
la la.
If I can't hear them, they can't hear me.
But even though he was that loud, he rolled so well they couldn't see him.
Um,
All
No,
the
I-
hatred of them.
I explained the leaders that we saw. The guy with the nice armor with the like
Don't
horns
forget,
on
Jesse,
it.
you also heard the big speech the guy gave, but we weren't able to hear that, and you didn't tell us about it, so only you know about it.
And how I don't remember anything from the speech. How they're yeah.
How have you not figured out this is like a test each week?
Yeah. Jesse
You-
failed.
have to take vague notes
You play
Hey.
along
in a
and then I test you
notepad
the
on
week
your
after.
computer.
I have notes that the two people came from Braston.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
You can also just literally watch your last game. Most campaigns don't have that.
Well, why didn't you watch it and find out what happened, Kala?
Yeah, Kala.
Carla wasn't there. She's gonna
So I
get
wasn't there.
filled
Yeah,
in
you
by
guys still
you.
watched it and found out. You can't say that.
Spoilers.
Anyway.
That's
Wait,
the
what?
talent.
Are
That's
you-
the talent contest.
which part is the spoiler? Him saying you're going to get filled in by us, or
He's filling
No, I
in
was just
as he's
ignoring that.
feeling.
I was
Okay.
electively ignoring that.
because if that's something that happens later in the campaign, let's jump to that.
Is that the talent show?
And Ignis is back.
Yeah.
That's
That's
our
the talent
talent.
show portion.
He goes on to
I'm
say
gonna hide behind my hot chocolate.
we've sent ravens to the major cities to find out if anyone else has encountered anything else in the surrounding towns. The positive side is that the council are now taking the threat seriously of the Crimson Lotus, where Data Selden had been trying to fight with the council to get support. Now that they've seen the force and the show of force, that they're starting to take it seriously. They've dispatched some troops to the surrounding villages, and again that the council thanks you, and that Data Selden has heard personally of your deeds. You guys know that Data Selden is the leader of the council essentially, and he's from what you understand, he's much more military minded than the rest of the council. So why, when these things are happening, he's sort of at the forefront and far more interested in these things than some of the political stuff that's happening. Secondly, I wanted to discuss with you your first encounter with the Crimson Lotus. You overheard something about a demon. Obviously, this information is troubling. We sent troops to the base of Mount Shamalok, which is the mountain that holds Ulrock.
And a demon. Oh, okay,
Ulrock,
you can explain
the
that.
demon.
Yeah.
We've also advised the dwarven capital Hemboldar, which is embedded in the mountain of Shamalok, about increasing their patrols, but apparently they're having their own internal power struggles at present and may not get the support we needed. If you encounter any more Crimson Lotus, please try and obtain any information that you can, or better still, bring one back so we can extract information where we can. He then goes on to say, actually, that brings me on to my next point, the assassination attempt that you brought up, that you didn't know who it was against and who arranged it.
Nope.
And the only information that you did know is that it was going to happen at the council gala that's happening in a week and a half or so.
But it was probably either you or Brightside, if I had to take a wild guess.
They both kind of just look at you.
Maybe it was one of you that's good. No, I'm not going to start putting paranoia in them. Have them do it themselves.
He goes on to say that there's going to be over 150 people at the gala, but with no information on who they're after, stopping it becomes almost impossible. Would you be willing to help them obtain the information? And he waves the robed man over, who wanders over. As he walks over, he's a youngish man. He's in his early 20s. He looks quite nervous, wearing again the council insignia, but sort of a light blue robe. As he wanders over, Captain says, "This is Arnoff from the Majors Guild. He's been working on extracting forgotten information from memories. It's perfectly safe. Would you be willing to let him work on you? It's painless." He looks at all three of you.
25 will do it. Because he also needs to remember the things that he heard at the event that we were just at.
Okay.
Okay.
Good luck, buddy. 25 dies.
Yeah.
I told you I was
Roll up a new character.
His brain explodes.
I did tell you I was killing you off
And
this
his
episode.
body becomes a fiend that kills the rest of you.
As he sits down opposite you at the table, 25, he grabs hold of your hands. He puts them flat on the table. His hands are on the table as well. As you look, you can see that his hands are shaking a little bit. He looks quite nervous.
That's
you see that there's sweat starting to appear on his brow. He
Rolls a 1.
I tell Torb that I don't trust this man and that I think he's actually going to possess 25 and make him do the assassination at a later time. And then continue on like nothing happened.
He sits down opposite you. He's looking into your eyes. As you watch, he starts to slowly rotate his hands. As he does, this red glowing volcanic energy starts to glow between them. His hand slowly slides up and just touches your forehead. As it does, you snap back, your eyes glaze over. You guys watching, he's rigid in his seat.
Just
Yeah.
orgasm.
Not the good rigid.
Oh.
That's like every first date. You touch their face and then have a boner.
No, then your nose bleeds.
Oh yeah, your nose bleeds.
Yep.
So as your nose starts to bleed, so as you sit there completely unable to move, you're still sort of conscious of what's going on around you, and then all of a sudden your vision starts to turn into a red mist, slowly dissipating. Vision starts to form in your head, a vision of your family working on the land, your brothers, your sisters, working hard outside the home, your parents, You standing beside the home. As you do, you start to hear noises, sounds. You hear blades begin to clash. You hear screams.
And your family hates each other.
You hear shouts. You hear just a commotion coming from in the distance. You then start to see people running towards you. As you make them out, you start to realize this is the day your town was attacked, your home was attacked. You watch as you and your sisters disappear into the house, and you turn and you see your parents cut down, your brothers slowly cut down one by one.
How old was 25 at this point?
As you disappear into your home, your sisters slowly being butchered one by one, you heading towards the back of the home with your one sister, Isala. She turns to you, tells you to run. As you do, leaving out of the back of the home, running as fast as you can, you turn and look behind you and watch her drop to her knees as you make your way out into the distance. You then jump to a new vision, a vision of your journey out of the Underdark, the long, lonely journey that you made, slowly seeing the light. You have a vision of you teaming up with a group of men who took you under their wing, feeding you, clothing you, helping you learn about your new surroundings. A flash to you in some kind of deal, your first business transaction with this group, as you realize that they were trying to sell you into slavery, and again somehow managed to make your escape from that. Lastly, you wake up to a vision of you in a cave surrounded by strangers that are sitting at the table now. Some of the strangers that are sitting at the table now.
Actually, one of them?
One of the strangers who is still a stranger. You flash to a scene of you approaching a mansion on a hill. A new vision of you inside that mansion slaying the undead. Then a vision of an old man's face standing above
Disney World.
standing above a dead body on a table, whose face turns out to be that of Brian. Your vision focuses in on that moment, focuses back to you standing in a study holding a book. As you're flicking through the book, the words becoming clearer. As they do, 2 words stand out on a page. A name begins to form, that of Aaron Nighthold. This is the man who was due to be assassinated. Your images flash again. This time you're standing outside the giddy pickle, slowly walking in. And as that moment happens, as you walk back into the same location you are, your body goes limp. You drop back, sweating. You look across the table as your vision comes back to you. The other young man is pouring with sweat, still shaking. The captain looks up at you. Anything?
Aaron Nighthold. Does the name ring a bell?
He nods. You look across at the man opposite you, and you see his face just drop. You see that he clearly knows this man. This is essentially his superior. This is the leader of the Mages Guild. Captain nods at you. We have a name. Do you know who ordered the assassination?
That wasn't in there.
You didn't kill him, did you?
We killed someone.
Remember, Jesse took Brian and he did the stuff to him. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. It was that guy.
We
Meta,
killed
Jordan.
someone that day. It is quite possible it was the one who...
Scott just had to rewrite the
ordered it.
story so he'd remember it. Jesse forgot. I had to meta. Usually I'm very against meta, but this is one of those times where Jesse...
Roll me a history check.
He rolls a 1, he forgets who he is.
That's a
Oh, that'd be
possibility.
He
great.
tells
Oh, no.
everybody that Jared Nightbale is going to be assassinated.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jared. 15.
Okay. You remember quite vividly
Okay.
you firing an arrow at an old man who was rocking back and forth trying to regain his stance before
Yeah, I
he
don't-
bolted out of the
I don't remember his name or anything. Did we learn that?
Yes, we did.
but you remember what he looks like, and you also remember that he isn't dead.
Mm. No, he got away that day.
Also teleported, like that weird, suspicious, spooky guy that we just happened to see at the other place that teleported.
Yes, exactly. What Cain said, even though he
No,
didn't
this
say
is
it, 'cause
this is
that
out of
was-
character. I'm just talking
No, I
with you.
know.
Yeah, okay.
Armando looks at you and says, "Do you think you'd be able to pick out this man if you saw him again?"
Yes. If I write down his information.
As long as whenever you see him, the DM just happens to go, you recognize this man as the old man that wore the cloak and attacked you and turned Brian into a zombie. Then,
And
yeah,
as
there's a
long as he
chan-
gets a good roll on
there's a
perception.
chance Jesse might figure it out.
Roll perception for me, Jesse.
If he tells us that like Arnoff is just that guy, like the guy sitting in front of us.
I know.
9 total.
You notice a look between Armando and the captain of like Armando saying, "I told you so," whilst you're trying to convey any kind of information to him. The captain stands up. "Thank you very much for your time. We'll be in touch. Again, if you find anything out about the Crimson Lotus, please come and find us. And again,
Will do.
you know, if we find anything out about the assassination attempt, we'll come and find you." He stands up, heads up out of the door. So does the young man who's just been inside your mind, still trembling a little bit. Actually, as that happens, as they start to leave, Sarya comes walking in through the door. She's got
Hey,
a
guys.
massive smile on her face.
What I miss?
You
You?
continue.
Oh, nothing. Just how you been?
What did you do?
You know, stuff.
I end my conversation there.
She's well aware you do not give a fuck.
I tried
Stop.
to act like I cared, though. I tried to be friendly.
You tried.
You tried.
I appreciate your half-assed attempt at being friendly.
Otherwise, I'd leave the character has to be the exact opposite of me, but still be as filled with hate as I am. So
Scott,
Yeah,
how much gold was in that?
I think there was 160.
10. Yeah, 100.
160.
100 each or
160 to
160 in
split.
total.
so 40.
No, it would be
what?
60, 60, 40. I get 40, you and Jordan get 60.
Oh. Okay, well, either way, because I'm still kind of woozy and everything from all that, I like kind of stumble up to the bar and order a very stiff drink.
Oh, hello, love. Big smile. You actually notice as you walk up to the bar, Jacinda is heading down a ladder that goes up to the menu at the side. You can see that the price of pork stew is increased.
And so is armor, for no reason.
Yeah.
There's always a reason. There's an army on the loose, Jordan.
Would that make armor cheaper because they're mass producing it?
They're
That's
not
how
mass
war
producing
works.
it. For them, there's an army on the loose. They're struggling to get resources now. It's probably gone up at least tenfold.
But the mining villages haven't been attacked yet.
That we
She,
know of.
She looks at you. She holds a finger up. She wanders over, pulls this really, really dark-looking ale, plonks it down on the table. Are you guys going to be staying today?
Possibly. We still have to, and I shoot back all of it, like chug it like a fucking frat dude, and then slam the mug on the table and like, we still have to make our way to your ex-husband's town and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I mean that would be nice. But if you're not going that way, then don't worry about it. I can send someone else.
It's too late. You've already given us the quest, DM.
You know, he's a lazy he's a lazy bastard. He's probably just forgotten.
The DM?
Yeah.
Is that what the quest was?
Yep.
Crap, I never wrote that part yet. No, don't worry about it.
No, it's definitely on the cards.
Just in Stone Cliff notes.
Let me just download some. No, she's you can tell that she'd like to understand what's happening there, but at the same time you get the feeling that she's being as kind as she can be.
Right.
Are you guys planning on staying, or are you
She's really asking. I think she wants us to stay.
Or she wants someone to stay.
There's a good chance, but we will let you know further in the day.
How are you
I'm still kind of like woozy, and
how are you finding everything in the city? Have you found everything you need?
Pretty much. Can I have another one of those?
We have to explain to her that he's so confused because he's had a man inside of him.
As she turns to go, I'll kind of grab her arm and turn her back, and I'll say, if I wanted a companion, a pet, where would I go?
She looks confused. She looks really confused.
I think he just referred to you as a pet. He's gonna write her into battle.
She hasn't answered yet. She's just kind of looking at you.
Well,
This
what?
is the worst phrasing.
Yeah.
That's never phrased.
Her head turned sideways.
And the worst way
Yes.
to remind a DM as well.
He has one man inside him, and everything changes.
Yeah.
That's how it is, though, isn't it? I mean, not
You know
that
how-
I would know.
I mean, it depends. I guess.
Oh god.
Normally she blushes. At this moment in time, she is just bright red. What do you mean?
Someone to keep me safe. Something to keep me safe.
Yeah.
She kind of at that moment in time sort of pulls her hand away from you a little bit and heads over to the barrel and brings it back and slams it back down on the table. She's like a man.
I was hoping you she'll defend him. Then she pulls out a sword.
I chug back the rest, slam it back on the thing, like an animal.
An aminal.
Like a pet.
Oh, and suddenly there's a massive relief.
Where can I find a pair of big, strong arms to keep me safe?
She looks up. She's like, O'Brien's, I think, is a pet shop. Yeah, probably O'Brien's.
Sell spiders.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'll take her hand and place the coin for the drinks, in her hand, and say, look her in the eye and say thank you, and kind of wander back to the table.
She blushes again and then puts the coin away. What else are you guys doing?
I'm gonna look to Sarya. Say, hello, lass. I don't think I got your name. It seems you are part of Mr. Grumpy and
Oh yeah,
20.
he thinks you're the dwarf.
Yeah. And 25's group.
Yeah, what do we call him? I think I called him Sneezy.
Sneezy, I
Sneezy.
think, yeah.
Yeah. I'm Sarya, and you are?
She's dopey.
So my name's Torb.
It's nice to meet you, Torb.
Same.
He's Swedish.
My bum is on the Swedish.
I don't remember Torbjorn having that voice line.
I don't either.
No.
I could do a Swedish accent.
You can't even say Swedish.
Nope, can't even say it. I could do a Swedish accent. I would have. Torb would totally have one.
You could do the Scottish accent that's just rolling everything you say.
I'm so moving the next quest to Sweden.
You have to get all the Swedish sweets. Because the bad guy's
Anything else
particularly sweaty and named Steve. Oh, what?
Anything else happening?
Where's Mount Shamalok from here?
So you have heard of it. It's right at the very south of the continent. So at the moment you're in the
Okay.
very northwest. This is
See, I
right
thought
at
this
the
was
very-
by the
No,
town.
no, this is as far, pretty much as far away as you can get. So Israel is the top left or the northwest, and this is pretty much to the south.
Okay.
So at Torb's introduction, like I noticed that I finally am kind of snapping out of my daze, and I noticed that Sarya's back. I'm like, oh, you're back. Did you win?
I don't know. Did I win?
You know that you made it through to the next round.
All right. Okay.
No winners
Just
at
like
this stage.
holding that for the next time I can't make it.
When do I get to go?
No, because we need to watch the finals.
I'm
we
reading
do.
Emo poetry.
No, didn't win yet, but advancing, which means I might win still, maybe.
Well,
Sorry, the only other thing you know is that you didn't tell them where you were going, but you did find a flyer in the bar about the talent contest, and as soon
That's
as
how 25 knows all about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yep.
Except for all the stuff that you literally just tell him and then he doesn't know about that.
The only thing he's remembered.
His mind is dead set on two things: owning a pet spider and talent show.
Yeah.
that's about
Essentially,
right.
He only
Essentially-
remembers because he wrote it in Discord after last game.
Well,
He was like, "You're in a talent show." I was
he's
like,
been
"Okay."
have it forever though. He's been so tunnel visioned on it.
As I was
Yeah.
going through his history or his memories, he was like, "I was in the Underdark."
Where's
So
that?
that's
sounds
where I was
fancy.
born.
Jesse, what's the nice gnome lady that's been working in this tavern? What's her name?
Fuck.
The one you've been flirting with excessively.
Right.
That
No,
Scott
and he
just
said it
said.
about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Pass.
that's close enough. That's not it.
It's like,
Pass. So every NPC now has to be called Pass, or else
Yes.
Jesse won't remember.
I like
Then
that
you'll get
Jordan's
to it and
trying
it'll
to
be like
claim-
it's called like Skip or something. What?
I like that Jordan's trying to claim this is his character, not remembering, whereas he doesn't know any of this stuff either.
I know all of them. I know we just talked to Captain Brightside, and we talked to that is Elton John, and we talked to
yeah.
Alt Tiff or something.
Oh,
Went to
all
Aston and-
perfectly correct.
It was Smirnov, Arnov, that's his name. It was cool, and he was all like, "Hey, I'm in your head."
Aaron Knight holds the head of the Mages Guild. See, I know this stuff.
He's got somebody after him. There's like
No, this is the stream delay. He's watching it and he's just okay. What are you guys doing?
I mean, I think we've already figured out. We've done all we could.
It's about midday.
We do need to head off to Jalinda's ex's place.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Jalinda?
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be the our old
The barmaid.
Yep. The bar owner.
Jacinda?
There we go. Something like that.
Jalinda.
I was close.
Do you remember what her assistant was?
No.
Okay,
God, no.
the half orc.
No, no clue.
Okay,
Yeah, no.
But
okay. well,
See?
Like I said, I remember stuff. Just my character doesn't, because he doesn't care. And if he experiences a fight or something, I'll remember the actions. But if he's like hearing about it, he's just gonna kind of tune it out.
He's too edgelord to remember.
He is. Yeah, he's too busy brooding. He's sitting there actually physically thinking to himself, "Do I look dark enough?
Do I have the proper amount of bracelets in order to look dark and broody?
Do I need to go back to Hot Topic for the 3rd time today?"
Nice.
Is my hair doing that flippy thing that I want?
Jordan, Jesse, you guys add 60 gold.
Okay.
Woohoo!
All right.
Couldn't we have all just taken like 46?
I split it and gave you guys half of the 50.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it came out 60, 60, 40.
Or could have been 40 each, even though Sarya didn't join us. She's a part of our
I won't
group.
take a loot that I didn't earn, though.
And more importantly, I won't give her loot that she didn't earn.
You don't know the reward for the talent contest.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's a giant wolf spider!
Another thing that she didn't earn.
It's shiny armor.
You don't know that I didn't earn it, Jordan.
When were you there? I didn't see it.
I mean,
Even if I
we
was
haven't
there, I
gotten to the
wouldn't have seen it.
finals yet.
Yeah, no, she has to actually
Split.
perform IRL for anything else to happen.
With Scott in private.
Yeah, her talents, she's a stripper.
And the finals are now! Yay!
Let's do it. Time to get those Twitch views and then banned. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, and banned immediately.
Yep.
Only at the climax of the show.
Nah, see, you just said your game to League of Legends, and then you're all the way at the bottom. It takes at least 20 minutes for somebody to find it and then post on Reddit.
Kyle knows the
Kyle
tricks.
Yeah.
Kyle knows.
Because it's happened multiple occasions.
I can just see Kyle sliding
He's
down the pages
probably-
of Twitch until he gets to the last one.
League of Legends last page.
Find
is
the
like,
dodgy
Yeah.
stuff. It's like the
So-
dark web.
oh, what, they still do that stuff? Or-
So Jacinta grabs your attention, 25, and says, Hawthorne's Market.
Well, I'm sorry, what was that, Scott?
What a pervert.
O'Brien's Hawthorne's Market.
No.
Thank you.
Gonna write that down.
No, I'll actually just get up and start headed there.
I'm looking
Why
for
not?
Michael at Whore's Tavern.
I'm Michael.
Welcome to a tavern. Be great. You have a new friend.
So
He'll
is it just
protect
you,
you. and
Yay.
keep
is
you
you
warm.
going, or is anyone else going with him? What's going on?
Why would I go? I'm not interested.
Okay. Jesse, you wander off. You haven't got any other directions. What do you do?
My character goes and finds a church and goes to pray.
Okay.
I'll grab the nearest friendly-looking townfolk.
That'd be 2 gold, please, mate. No.
Welcome to Horden.
You ask around. There's an elderly lady. She's like,
How's it going?
Oh,
O'Brien.
Rocco, dear.
It's to the
Mike Wazowski. Oh.
it's to the east of the city, near the center wall. You head in that direction. As you eventually get in, the streets start to narrow. There's more and more stalls on the side of the road selling herbs, selling meat, selling trinkets, bits and pieces. It's sort of where you've come from, where the shops are proper shops. You eventually start to see it sort of descend into blankets on the floor and sort of street traders. You do notice as you walk down a sign, O'Brien's. There's some silhouettes of some animals on the sign. You assume that must be the place.
Sounds like it. Head on in.
Okay. As you walk in, the noise is deafening. There's barking, meowing, there's clucking, and all sorts of animal noise. As you walk in, there's steel cages with dogs in. Some of them growling at you, some of them completely oblivious to you. There's crates with with cats and chickens.
You should
In
make the crate be your pet.
The noise
Yes.
is deafening. As you walk to the counter, this old man comes out. Yes.
Hello, sir. I'm
he's
looking
American.
for looking for a companion of sorts.
I think you've
probably just say
come
pet.
To I think you've come to the wrong place. We're a pet
You're
shop.
looking for Michael's
Yeah.
War Tavern.
You do sell animals, correct?
Have you tried the moldy sausage or whatever it was? Rotting, sorry.
I've heard
rotting
rave
sausage.
reviews of that place.
They've got a new fiend in. He's great. Um,
Wow.
A pet, you mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What were you looking for? And he holds his hand out, pointing at the walls. There's animals everywhere.
Get a bat.
It's this big floppy long-eared rabbit on a
What?
cage beside you. They're in
I
a cage.
remember him from a different campaign.
Yeah, he looks really sad. Big eyes looking up at you.
I remember him from Bambi.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something to remind me of home. Do you have anything perhaps a little more exotic?
He gives
Think
you your
from,
dead parents.
He points over at one cage and there's this little chinchilla in a cage. So we've got that.
Maybe you should tell him what home is.
Perhaps something from the wilds of the Underdark?
Kind of takes a step back and doesn't really know what to expect to find in said Underdark.
A mushroom.
Yeah.
What kind of thing are you looking for?
Maybe a spider?
A what? We're a pet. Who wants a spider as a pet?
Many of my kind.
Whoa, that's racist.
That is racist.
We don't have any spiders.
Well, thank you for your time.
Have you tried Jonties? He has there's all sorts of exotic stuff.
I will go try there. Where would Jaunties be?
You can find him on Hamlet's Row. He's a little goblin fella. You can find him on Hamlet's Row. He has a little shop. You'll probably miss it the first time round.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, thank you for your time.
As you walk out, even though the noise is still deafening, you just hear a tut and spider muttered under his breath as he walks back out the back.
You should go back in, teach him a lesson, free all those animals.
I throw my dagger behind. No, just wander off.
You walk out and you hear the Gizmo song.
Oh,
You're too old. We don't get it.
Oh, sorry.
from Gremlins.
That's the
Oh.
one.
Okay.
That's what I
You
thought it
actually
was
meant
from Gremlins.
Gizmo. Okay.
Okay, so you head back out. Jordan,
Best
you,
Mogwai.
you
Yep.
you head towards the area where you've seen a temple before,
Okay.
and you're wandering around of the city. You walk in, very, very quiet, very, very dark. There doesn't appear to be too many people around. In fact,
Yeah.
there appears to be almost nobody around. Not only in the church, there's nobody in
Like the district?
in the streets as you walk around. It seems very, very quiet. You walk into one, wander around, you see, you've seen a few temples and churches dotted around, none to your god deity, but this one is a temple to Palor that you walk into. It's very, very quiet. You don't see anybody working here. You don't see anyone praying here. Just seems very, very quiet.
Is there any other things I need to know about it, or?
It looks like it's well kept. As you look round, it looks like
So like it
it's-
doesn't look like anything bad has happened here.
No, it just looks like an empty chapel essentially. As you walk in, it's just it doesn't, certainly there's no signs of any sort of struggle as you walk in. Just what you can see is that this is not a new building, but certainly it's one of the buildings that was rebuilt when the city was demolished.
Okay.
And you know, there's a number of chapels and temples that have been built in this style. It looks like when they were rebuilding, although they aren't all in the same location, they were built of a very similar style. Just seems very, very quiet.
Okay. That'll work.
Jesse, you wander back. Are you two doing anything?
I'm asking Sarya about the talent show, how to go, and also how she ended up with Mr. Grumpy Pants and 25.
Well, I mean, the talent show is pretty standard. They're all basically the same. As for how I met those two, I just kind of ran into them, and we all seemed to be headed in the same direction. So I just followed along. They're not very talkative, though, either of them.
No, and also appears there was another one traveling with you. Apparently,
I hear he's very attractive and talented.
no, apparently he's stolen a chest from Cain, and right now is on the loose somewhere in the city.
Oh, we took his chest away? That's great.
Oh, is
He
it?
stuffed me at once. Wasn't comfortable
Oh,
at all.
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, he's not very nice. Weirdly. For a quiet, grumpy man.
That's what you'd expect from
Yeah.
an angel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You know
guess
how
that's
crappy it'd be if my character was just constantly like, "May the gods be with you, my child." Oh, I can't fight. I'm a pacifist.
I don't know, you just gotta find that good balance.
Jesse, as you wander down back, actually towards where you came from, you go past an armor smith that you kind of recall from your first trip into the city, the one that oh no,
Big
you didn't
sign
go.
that says
You didn't go.
breastplate on sale.
You see a couple of on the floor, on the stone floor, a couple of like rows
Dinosaurs.
dug in as something was dragged across the floor.
Oh.
As you continue walking in that direction, eventually you see. Roll me some perception.
You see a place called Dug In.
6 total.
You walk up and down this road. You can't find this shop. You see, you're pretty sure you're on the right road. You just have no idea where it is.
I'll stop in at the friendly armor smith and see if he can point me in the right direction.
I've seen Harry Potter. I know how this works.
Walk in. He's hammering away on the
Yeah.
on the anvil. He's got a huge collection of short swords. Literally every wall.
It's weird how that happens.
He just lifts his head up towards you.
Wondering if you could point me in the direction of Jaunties.
Did 25 have a new accent?
I think he did.
I was wondering.
Laddie. No.
He kind of leans around, so he's just looking out of the door and points pretty much not opposite, but sort of diagonally opposite. So as you look straight across the road, maybe 2 or 3 shops down, as you look, you see a very small sign, and pretty much just a door, a wooden door. See it just saying Jaunties. That's literally it.
I'll nod, say thank you, toss him a coin, and walk off towards the little door.
Okay.
That'd be insulting.
Takes the coin, just carries on with his work. Really didn't seem that bothered by it.
Thanks
you
for helping,
head
man. Here's
over-
$1.
You head over to the door. There is literally nothing around to advertise this as a shop other than the very small sign above the door. As you open the door, it opens into a far larger shop than you thought it would be. It's dusty. There's bits and pieces everywhere. As you walk in, a little bell jingles above the door. There's only a few sort of shafts of light coming into the room, but what it does light up is books on the walls. There's armor either side of the counter. There's all sorts of oddities and unusual things in this shop. There's ceramic items, there's steel items, there's a big silver chest or steel chest on the floor. There's all sorts of just stuff everywhere. At the back of the shop, there's some beads hanging down. As you walk up to the counter, you stand there for a few seconds. You hear a 1 second come from the back, and then you, as you watch, you see these long fingers slowly wrap their hands around the beads slowly, and then pull them back as this little head pops out. Beads shut back down. You hear this noise, a big clanking sound as some stuff falls down, and the beads part at the very bottom. You don't see from where you're looking what's coming through the door, and then running up onto the counter is this little goblin wearing a little red shirt, a little pair of trousers. Yes.
Good day, sir.
Hello.
I was pointed in your direction.
He's got the accent again.
What's that?
It's pointed in your direction.
Not trying to do an accent.
Just do a different accent everywhere you go. No one knows. It's fine.
Yeah. This is the Underdark accent.
Hello,
right?
I am 25. Great to meet
This
you.
is my
friend.
Irish accent.
I want big spider.
I want huge spider.
Biggest, furriest spider
they
you
have
have.
I want huge spider.
He puts
Was
a hand to his
looking-
head. He's like, I think you want a spider.
How'd you know? Is it the Cain shouting from across the town?
That's my prayers, you jerk.
How can I help?
Well, looking for a pet. Not just any pet. One that reminds me of home.
Kind of scratches his chin for
Is
a
there a
second. Puts
turtle?
a hand up. He goes, do you mean a companion?
Yes. Thank you,
He
Scott.
jumps down. He runs
Thank
out through
you.
the beads. He opens a cupboard.
Pulls out
You
more
can kind of
beads.
see little bits and pieces of what's going on. He's sort of rummaging around. You can hear things falling down. He comes out with these like 3 gold spheres, essentially. He puts them on the desk. And he looks at them and he's like sort of mixing them round. His seahorse.
He's mixing him around his seahorse.
No.
No.
Grabs another one. He's like,
Scott, you're doing it
Mule?
wrong. Jesse needs to pick his starter Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta catch them
Mule?
all, right, Scott?
So you open the Pokeball and there's a dead spider smashed in it. It's suffocated.
got a mule. Does that remind you of home?
Not in any way, shape, or form.
25, where are you from? Maybe we should tell him that.
Yeah.
He disappears under the counter, and there's a glass counter, and you can see him like fummaging around under there. There's so much stuff piled up. And then he pulls out another one. He's like, Panther.
That would be good, but
So what kind of animal are you looking for?
looking for a spider, perhaps. Unless you have, like, say, gelatinous cubes. Otherwise, spider would be good.
I don't even think I've got a spider. And then all of a sudden, his eyes sort of open up wide, and he kind of pushes you out of the way, jumps down off the counter, runs towards another cupboard. As he opens it, loads of crap just falls out. Picks up one last gold sphere, and he kind of places it down the side. He goes, "Spider."
Well, can I? How does this thing work?
Couldn't tell you. Just open it. I think you just open it. Someone brought these in ages. I don't even know if they've got stuff in them. I've had them for ages.
Poke
We
it a little
forgot to
bit.
feed them.
You poke it a bit, and it just rolls around like a normal ball.
Sounds like a spider to me.
All right, I'll pick it up and see if there's any indication on the ball itself how to open it.
Roll me investigation.
I'm waiting for like 4.
Yeah.
There's every time you get the natural 20, it's on trying to see if a ball will do anything.
Yeah, right.
See how to use a Pokeball.
19 total.
Yeah,
Okay,
you did get a Pokeball.
Yeah.
As you look at it, there's some engravings, some carvings around it. You can see actually a
It's a
join
Squirtle.
in the middle of it. It doesn't look like it actually says anything, but it does look like it pulls apart.
It looks like it what?
Pulls apart.
I'll pull it apart.
The other thing you notice just while you're doing that is that he is looking round underneath your cloak, the edge of your dagger.
Oh, okay.
Um,
He's peeking under your cloak.
Yeah.
as you go to pull it apart, he's like, no, and by that point it's too late. You pull it apart, and this huge spider just sort of plops on halfway on the floor, halfway on the counter, sort of squashed between where all this crap has fallen down, just glaring at you. You see, see him
Just
kind
like
of take a
home.
step back as you.
Worst
see him take a
Squirtle
step back,
ever.
You watch his hands rise up, and you see the armor either side of the room start to move.
Start to move in what way?
As
It's
in,
like guards.
it looks like it. It looks like it's alive. Essentially, you see
It's like
it.
the first episode
Well,
of
I mean,
Scooby-Doo with the black
what I
Knight.
mean is it taking a step towards me, or
No, just
like,
sort of. It looks from where
Gotcha.
it was a previously looking like armor.
just kind
It's
of gotcha.
tensed up.
All right.
So now you're gonna have to pay for that now.
Is there any indication of how to get him back in the ball? Like inside the ball, is there anything in the
Yeah, you
Pokeball?
gotta return.
Yeah.
You look around it as this spider's still just glaring at you. Not that you can see.
I'll kind of just poke the spider's head with the ball. Like,
Get back in there.
Yeah, I mean the spider doesn't look overly happy with it. He hasn't done anything, but you can see that he sort of tenses. He moves up onto his back legs with his front
Aw.
legs.
Aw.
Sounds adorable.
Wants to give you a hug.
These massive
What?
teeth,
Yeah.
mandibles poke out underneath his eyes.
Why does he have teeth?
yeah, right.
Spiders do have some teeth.
Well, it looks like I have a new friend.
Well, either way, you're gonna have to pay for him, get him out of here.
All right.
It'll be 300 gold, please. No. He looks around. He's like,
Spiders in this town inflate with the price of armor.
I'll take that dagger for it.
I'll hand him my normal, regular old dagger. Here you go.
He looks at it. He hands it back. Not that one.
Oh, this one. And I pull out my Swift. Wait, was it Swift? Hold on.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swift Blade.
Swift blade, yeah.
Yeah. I have that written down, Scott.
Nice.
I
send
didn't,
you
and
that?
I remembered.
Didn't I send you that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you didn't write it down.
So
Scott
shit.
wrote it
Yeah.
down and sent it to you.
He remembered to copy paste it.
Still counts. He
I
has
tell
it
you
written
what.
down.
I will give you this dagger for the spider and a piece of armor of my choosing.
He's looking the blade up and down. He's kind of zoned you out a little bit while he's looking at it. And he puts it down on the counter. It's like, okay, we got armor.
All right. My friend needs insert Cain's choice of armor here.
I need freaking
How do you
plate.
not know? He looks for it every session.
No, I know he wants plate, but I don't know if he wants half plate, full plate, or
If you get, but gee, if you're getting it for free, I wonder what I want.
He's like,
Freaking speedo.
he wants half something armor, half plate armor, maybe half scale armor. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, it's either
Plate.
full
Um,
plates. There we go.
Oh, we haven't got any of that. Got some leather armor, some special leather armor.
You.
What about these nice pieces over here? They seem to be floating pretty well.
He lifts his hands up, and both their arms kind of stand up. He goes, they're not armor. Let's go, and the sort of arms drop back down. It's like, he looks at your bow over your back. He's like, "Are you an adventurer?"
I am. No, I'm just a normal person who just wanted a spider for shits and giggles.
I carry around magical daggers and bow and arrows.
Yeah.
I've
I'm a hunter.
seen worse. It's like well, he picks up the blade again. He's looking at it. He's like, I'm spinning it round on his finger. He's like, I'm always on the lookout for magical items. This is Junty's magical weapons and armor, after all. I've got some mocking leather armor of the shepherd.
Oh yeah. Out of game, what does that do?
Allows you to cast vicious mockery once per day.
Oh
And you
shit.
gain +1 to animal handling.
Oh shit.
I've got some Watcher's scale armor of the favored,
So much for doesn't have armor.
which is treat as +1 armor during surprise rounds, and you may roll saving throw using advantage once per day. I've
That's
also got this.
Full plate.
That's scale.
It's scale mail, yeah.
Is that something you'd be interested in, Cain?
I'm not there.
I'm
He also goes out the back and comes out with this bow. Cool. This is deep karma. If you do maximum damage with this bow, you get to add another d6 to it.
very intriguing.
If we were to quantify damage by dice rolls.
Indeed,
Exactly.
if that made any sense.
If we would do that, then Jesse would still miss every shot.
To be fair, I don't believe I've hit max damage on a bow roll yet.
Or
But,
enemy.
well, yeah. No, I've been hit with max damage.
Yeah, you can hit a lot. So have I. I
Yep.
get critted every roll.
He sort of puts the bow down on the counter. He says,
I'll make you a deal. You could have the dagger, give me the spider, and one of these items, but let me come back with an answer as far as the
"There's
additional item.
let me make you a deal. There's a town to the east of here called Cumdivik.
Whoa.
Hey
Indeed.
now.
Every year it has a fate called Look at him writing stuff down. Look at him. Every year it has a fate called Almazar's. And it always
Better keep
turns
writing.
up.
You're the only one that knows
Always
this.
turns up some really interesting items. I'm intrigued about how they acquire them. I sent some adventurers down there last week and haven't heard anything from them since. I made them the deal that I'd pay them 100 gold if they came with news about how they got the items, and that I would buy any of the magical items that they returned with. Would you be interested in checking out what happened to them? Maybe I can make you the same deal.
Well, I would have to
He
talk
leans
to
forward. He's like, doesn't look like I'm going to have to pay them it.
them. True.
As he leans forward, he makes eye contact with the spider and immediately backs up again. Spider, which by now, has kind of started to slowly work its way towards the wall of the shop.
Well, I'll have to talk to my fellow adventurers, but I'm sure we could work something out.
He goes, I like you. You can have the spider for 20 gold. It's all it's worth.
Deal.
Don't give away your magic items. And he hands back the dagger to you. As you place the money on the counter, he starts picking up the bow, the balls that he had. They're dropping them all over the place. You're quite worried that a seahorse is about to land in front of your panther, but none of those things seem to happen.
That poor panther won't stand a chance.
Yeah. That bubble beam.
Oh, yeah. More Pokemon references. Holy crap!
If I had
Yeah.
any idea what you guys are talking about.
You played the first Pokemon game. Don't lie to me.
I didn't get out of the first village.
You don't need to get the references we're making.
Seriously.
It's true.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
20.
Stop it! You stop it right now. We're not saying numbers.
So scary. Anyway, what are you
All
doing?
right, so I on my way out, I make sure to pick up the 2 halves of my Pokeball for my spider.
Okay.
And I look at the spider, just nod, and make my way out.
As you walk out, he doesn't move.
You're gonna leave the spider in there.
I go back into the store, and I like stare at him in the eye, and then say, "Come," and walk out.
Ew.
He webs me. No.
Yeah, this
Kind of.
this is like the first episode of Pokemon. Remember,
Yeah.
Pikachu wouldn't go with Ash. Then he had to tie him up with a rope and dragged him.
Yeah.
As you walk out, you notice a rope on the floor.
You're about to get attacked by freaking Spearows, man. I'd stay away.
as you head out, you see that the spider almost moved forward. He's kind of, and then slowly rears back down.
I sigh. I go back in. I kind of pet the spider's head above the eyeball grossness.
You just call your own companion growth. As you're doing this, Jonty is leaning on some books on the counter, just laughing to himself.
Just like Professor Oak.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, and then he's going to shoot you in the eyes and go, shocking, isn't it?
He goes, as you pat it on the head, there's no reaction.
I sigh.
you
And
steal a
now,
bite.
how big is this giant wolf spider?
Fairly. It's a couple of foot, maybe. It looks quite young.
So about the size of a big dog.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right, then
So it's
Pick
like a
him up.
Mastiff.
I'll pick him up and take him with me.
Okay.
Head back.
Kind of pick him up. He's quite firm for a spider.
Yeah, he is.
As you walk out, you hear, maybe you need to give him a name. And then a laugh as the door closes, the bell jingles. As you walk out, there's a lot of people in the street that immediately start making quite a distance between you as you walk out, carrying a rather large spider in your hands like some kind of baby. Roll me animal handling.
All right. Sounds good to me. 12.
Okay. He seems relatively content being carried.
Well, yeah, he's carrying him by his rough region, apparently.
Oh yeah.
Like a
Jordan,
suitcase. Yes.
you are praying.
Yes.
Goes relatively well. You're undisturbed.
Yeah, apparently nobody else is here. They're all in the same area as Jesse, watching him carry a giant spider.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you haven't really heard anything. The only thing you have heard is a couple of people wander past.
So is it like a suspicious level of like lack of people here? Like I should check it out, or is this like is this one of those things that if you were there, you're like something's up?
Roll me some perception.
Okay.
I mean, if I was there, I'd think something's up because it's a church.
How's that work?
Wow.
Doesn't seem to
Nice.
be anything suspicious.
Okay.
Um,
It's a natural 20 for anybody listening.
From what you do know
Yep.
of the history of the city is that the deity Hroth was called upon to save the city, the continent in its hour of need during the battle, and that you've seen a lot of statues, a lot of Hroth's symbols in and around houses as you walk past. You get the feeling that maybe a lot of the people who are praying in the city maybe have an allegiance to a different deity,
Okay.
to some of the more popular ones. That being said, that you don't notice anything unusual. It just seems like it's an open church to walk into, pray and leave.
Okay.
There's
Then
on the way out there's a collection plate that seems relatively untouched. Few silver copper coins in there.
I'd drop a couple gold pieces in.
Okay. You walk out. 25. I take it you're heading back to the
To the
the
tavern,
pickle.
yeah.
Yeah, so you head back with the spider under your arm.
Oh.
At this point, he kind of crawls round and he's sort of leaning on your back, almost sort of on your side.
Nice.
As you head back, you bump into Cain.
I might have a way for us to get you your armor.
You have a spider.
I do. He's our new companion. Our 5th member, if you will.
We have a 4th.
Wow. That dwarf, out of character. Torb's a dwarf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dwarf seems content on following us.
Okay.
So we might be able to earn you some armor, or at least the money to get said armor. I've been told of a town, very odd name, but if we want to head off in that direction, find out some information for someone, we might be able to make some coin.
What type of
Possibly some
information are
armor.
they looking for?
Well, apparently they have it's an area where they've been getting a lot of magical items from that way, and the owner of a certain shop in the area wants to know how they come across this, and they'd be glad to buy any magical items we come across as well.
Shouldn't we keep magical items?
If you'd like to keep it, you can. I'm just saying.
Okay.
He's extended that offer.
I see.
But what he's looking for mainly is information. So we might be able to find you some nice armor there. Or
I'm
coin.
interested. You have caught my attention.
Good.
You can tell through my vast amounts of excitement.
That means I start redoing. I was slowly taking off my clothes to catch his interest, but now I start redoing. All right, so I'll start heading back to the tavern once again.
As you're heading back, you notice a few of the guards paying even more attention to you now as you're walking around with the giant spider.
And naked.
And
Half naked, half.
You guys walk back into the tavern. These guys are still sitting here finishing their riveting conversation about talent shows.
Tell me more.
They're pretty okay.
Hey, there we go. It's fixed.
Yay.
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 Yep. Said that first the tab crashed and it just said that you guys didn't have cameras anymore. So I figured it was probably my side that was messing up.
That's lovely.
Yep.
So 25, I see you got your companion.
Oh my god, what is that?
Indeed.
I've been here the whole time, you jerks.
Not you.
As Sarya makes that noise, you hear an almost identical noise from the bar as Jacinda turns around and also spots it.
Hey, Jesse, what's the bar lady's name?
Jacinda.
Okay.
I actually have it written down. I
Look,
have
guys,
it
he's
written down as
learning.
well.
Yep.
Of course, my notes aren't in any order or anything.
I'm going to start
so-
changing their names every week.
So
I
we're
would
going
not
to the town
notice.
of Comstein.
Hey now, it's
You're an all-star.
Divik,
There you go.
which is like
Remember, he wrote it down.
a new
Yep.
car from Honda.
He already had the
exclusive
first bit
custom.
written down.
Oh yeah, all over the page.
Yeah, I say it's like he just wrote it a bunch while you're waiting for you. Come.
I'm prepared.
To come.
With a pen and paper.
It's like he's making targets.
Yes. They will eventually be tramp stamp tattoos.
But instead of using a needle to point him on, he's just gonna cum them on. So much pressure.
It's like
It's gonna stick, Scott.
it's like an AK-47.
Okay, now I'm a little lost
No.
in it. Okay. It's like an
Surely meant a-
AK-47, but it's jammed and broken into one tiny piece.
Surely you meant a super soaker.
Super Soaker 9000.
What are you guys doing?
Oh yeah.
Well, Kala is, of course, getting extremely excited by the conversation and not wanting to off herself. As for the rest of us, I mean, yeah, I'm just waiting to go to Cumstain and get my sweet metal armors. 'Cause, as far as I know, we're just going to go check some stuff out, and there might be magic items there. He didn't really give me any other information other than people want knowledge on it. So,
I mean, that's pretty much the information I had. They have some sort of Almazar or something.
That's
So-
the name of
so-
the, that's
so
the name
what's
of the
an
fate you
Almazar?
picked up.
The name of the what?
The fate.
Mm,
so what's the fate 25? What's that?
Almazar.
Yeah, well, okay.
What do they do there?
They procure.
Because the way he said
Magical
okay,
items.
he had no idea.
Yeah.
We have to go find that out.
Good call.
Because I don't know.
Is that what you're
Also,
doing?
when you got the spider, have you named it yet?
He will tell me his name in time.
All right. Do
Peter Parker.
do
He's named
do you
on
have
his
do you have
character
something to
sheet,
keep
but I
the
don't.
spider and like any magical items? Because I think you're kind of creeping Sarya out of it.
Well, I'll place the Pokeball down on the table.
That's offensive.
He came in this, but
That's
I have
disgusting.
no clue how to.
Why did he come in that ball?
Wouldn't you if you were in a magical
Roll me
ball?
an Arcana check.
I guess it depends what's in the Pokeball, but no, I assume I'd be crushed under its weight and die because that's how mass works.
Not in a magical realm. Yeah, 4.
You've got no idea.
Yeah.
Let me see. I wanna check the ball to see if I can
Go
get
for
him
it.
to put the spider away.
It's on the table.
Roll an Arcana check.
This is the part where Misty's afraid of Caterpie. Dude, Scott, you actually made the entire first season of Pokemon.
He did.
Without ever seeing any of
Completely
it.
by accident.
Yeah.
First 3 episodes.
And now,
Perhaps I
Yep.
did watch it, and this is all in here somewhere, just
Possibly.
slowly.
instead of playing
I love
D&D, we're playing Pokemon.
You look
Yeah.
at him, Carla. You,
Been saying that a Pokemon game like this would be cool as heck.
Oh, it would be.
There totally is one.
Yeah,
You,
but a good
yeah.
one.
you check out the engravings. Can't see any way of making them work.
Oh, can't.
Okay.
Okay.
Can't. No.
And that's why he came in the Pokeball.
I didn't realize it was a freaking flashlight. What's freaking GP call it?
Wait. Can I? Since I can't figure it out, can I use identify on it?
Can do.
I was gonna say,
I'm
don't
gonna
you
use
have
identify on it. Yeah. Well, I wasn't gonna blow a spell slot if I could just figure it out, but I wanna know now.
You
True.
want to
So,
blow
yeah.
the Pokeball?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's got a vagina in it.
God,
How
guys.
blowing a vagina can kill somebody.
I mean, if you're all about spider cum, that's fine with me.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
serious.
use
I mean, it
identify
really
on
can-
it.
I think I still have the spell from last time.
Yeah, you should just use the spell and then go back to sleep since we're in a tavern before we go anywhere.
Yeah, and it was midday when we started, so I mean,
So as you look them up and down, Carla, you understand that they once previously held some magic qualities, but now they've been opened. They are just 2 small pieces of metal.
Stupid one-use bullshit. Throws it
Remem-
down on the
remem-
table.
Remember, Pikachu doesn't want to get back in his Pokeball.
He doesn't.
You can't use it again. They only work once.
well, then you're gonna have to be all right with my friend. He won't hurt you. He's friendly. Look, and I'll mentally command the spider to jump onto the middle of the table
Okay.
where we're all sitting.
Okay. Spider jumps on the middle of the table, knocks off an empty tankard that was on the table.
Sarya freaks out, falls off her chair.
He's friendly.
And as you look at the bar, you see that Jacinta has climbed up some of the stairs and is kind of almost as far away as possible as she could be.
It's very creepy.
All right, I'll leave him at the table. Go up to Jacinta. Get a room for the night.
Okay. She's gonna be a 2 gold, please. And you guys
Of
haven't
course.
paid for last night as well. You said the guards were gonna do it,
But they didn't, obviously. Of course.
He told us he would.
What does our total
Yeah.
come from?
I'll help Sarya get back up.
for you 6 gold.
Okay. I leave her 7.
Okay. For Sarya 4, for Cain 4, and for Torb 4. I think you're going to stay for 2 nights, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay.
So what was it? Sorry, 4.
4 gold for everybody apart
And
from.
I'll bring my spider up to my room and leave him in there.
Okay. Okay.
Toss him a
Poor
couple spider
guys.
treats.
Spider treats. What are they? Flies.
Probably find
It's
his
like
own
a
food in
It's
there.
like a Scooby treat. Scooby snack.
Okay. So you guys staying the night before you head off? What are you doing? It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
How far is it?
It's about 4 days on foot, so probably half that or so by your slow ass horse. Maybe a little bit
All
more.
right, so it won't matter regardless. We'll still have to go through night, day, and all
Yeah.
that. So you
Yeah.
can go whenever you guys are ready. Sorry, I can just sleep in the wagon.
That's true.
Yeah.
Get her magic back.
I mean, you don't have the case anymore, so I'm more comfortable with sleeping in the wagon now.
Yeah, the chest.
Yeah.
We'll get it. No, don't worry.
Yeah. So Scott
right.
did.
Now there's just that nice little spider sitting there with you.
Yeah.
Sleep well.
You can cuddle up against its rough fur
It's like a pillow.
hair.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, most of the hair's it's
See, like,
going to be on the back and then a little part of the leg.
It
Sarya
could cocoon
mines.
you in a web and be all comfy
Oh, it's like a
and warm.
blankie.
Yeah.
Sarya mines, but in my other D&D campaign, I have a gargantuan fire beetle as a pet, so
Nice.
Well, the way that Scott described the spider
Yeah.
makes it sound completely adorable. Like I
it does
want it.
sound adorable.
Yeah.
But Sarya is
Spider.
supposed to be a bit lame,
You
so
realise my
I-
like of
I
my
know how
liking
you
of-
are with. I know how you are
Yeah.
with spiders. Don't worry.
this spider's getting killed off in every episode. Jesse, as you close the door to the bedroom, you hear like this almighty collapse. As you open the door,
And the
ceiling
spider
is falling
dies.
in. Yeah,
Oh.
just see
And a
one leg.
giant shoe.
Just see one leg curled up. No. So what are you guys doing? You staying? You going?
We can take off.
we can go.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys head out towards the gate. Eventually getting there. There's the horse. Looks up.
Where's the mage guild at? Is
Mage
it here
Guild
in
is
this
in-
town?
It's in the town. It's in the behind the center wall of the town. So where a lot of the nobles, a lot of the guilds, a lot of the sort of regal buildings are all inside the inner part of the first
right.
wall, and then there's the secondary wall where you guys have been.
Okay.
pretty much.
Hopefully they warned Nighthold for us.
Yeah, they were heading that way to explain the plot and I assume try and stop him from going to the.
Explain it in a more clear and concise manner than
Yeah.
25 could.
Well, as clear and concise as they can, I would imagine, without knowing who's put a hit on him. But
Was Arnoff able to see the stuff that when he was helping Gussie or 25 or no?
he didn't say anything.
Okay.
And we forgot to ask.
Well, it's just one of those things where because he didn't freak out about us mentioning Aaron by name until he was mentioned by name, so I didn't know if that meant he couldn't see it or.
Yeah, you didn't. He didn't say anything, and though you were watching, you weren't maybe as invested as you could have been in the.
Oh, I
story.
wasn't at all. My character didn't care. Cain was the least
Yeah.
bit worried about what was going on.
So you guys head
As
towards
usual.
the wagon? Is
Yep.
there a question, Kyle? Or...
I can ask it during a break.
Okay. In that case, I guess we should probably take one now as you guys get on the horse and start heading in that direction.
Cool.
Sure.
Sarya now has to lay on a spider and 27 short swords.
Yeah, the wagon was quite
Yeah.
tight anyway, but now as you sit down opposite you, as I assume 25 takes the reins.
Yeah.
So wouldn't the
sitting-
spider be on his like back, kind of?
Sitting on the front seat beside him is a spider, but it's kind of sitting, looking out the back, staring straight at you. You get the feeling it can sense fear.
Oh.
I know, it's adorable.
Slowly lowers itself down, so his head is kind of sitting on his legs, like you've never seen a spider do ever before. You sense some kind of smug grin.
She just like curled up at the
Mandibles
back of the
do this
cart,
thing.
like as small as she can possibly get, trying not to make eye contact.
Sleep well.
Okay, well, let's take a break there then.
All right, be back in 5 to 10 minutes.
You guys begin your journey to Cumdivik,
Ooh.
Yes.
my favorite town of Tehran.
I wonder why.
It's right next to Seamanburg.
You realize you're going to bump into Ignis there.
I'm sure.